There's Mama Joy. Hello. Say knock knock, who's there? Mama Joy. Mama Joy who? Mama Joy to you here on Chicago. Well, believe it or not, it's still, no, it's not quite the south side. It's a little on the peripheral. But anyway, here we are, and the boats are roaring here on the river. That's the shoreline. And we're on the river, the Chicago River. Actually, to tell you the truth, we came out here to board a sunset cruise, but they canceled. Well, we don't really know why they canceled, but this is a very, very remarkable place here. As you can see, it's very, very busy. Very busy. In fact, there were canoes out here earlier. Now, these boats, I would think they're going towards, this wave going, is coming from the lake. This crew is going towards the lake. It's amazing. You know, it's almost like they got lanes. They have lanes, right? Now, this tugboat that you see going, passing us right now, the blue, is going towards the lake. Oh, in fact, you know, that's the Chicago police. In the house, in the house, in the house. So I guess they're policing the area. But here's another sweet boat coming, going towards the lake. The other stream boats going in the opposite direction, they're coming away from the lake. And what happens is, before you go out into the lake, you go into an area that's called the lock. And the water, you have to sit there and they'll let water in that'll block, would you believe this, on the front and the back end. And they fill it until it reaches the level of the water on the lakefront. It's really interesting. Maybe one day we'll do that. Get on the boat and you can actually see the boat rise up with the water coming in. And then once it reaches that level, you're able to go out into the lakefront, because the lakefront, Lake Michigan, is much higher than the river is here. So these stream of boats that you see coming are actually coming from the lock, coming from Lake Michigan. Oh, it's been a while since I've been here, so everything has changed significantly. When I first started, there were these apartments across the river were not here. Now, one of the things that's missing is the river, the water spout that comes out here. And the firemen, it's a tradition that every so many minutes or whatever, you'll see a water spout that just crosses completely over the river. Yeah. Hey, pick up some bikers. Hey, watch it, the bikers are coming. Sharon, hello. Beep, beep, excuse us. Hello. Lord have mercy. This building here is fascinating. Now, I know very little about these buildings, because they're very new, but this building here is amazing, because the architect is a woman, and I could kind of see the female touch into it, because I could see the female body into it. How you like that? Her curves and waves. It's busy, busy, busy. Hi, once again. Y'all take care. See, you found something to have fun about anyway, right? Right, we gotta appreciate we're still here. Walking on the Chicago River Walk. If you can kind of look this way, this is an old building. Just shoot back here. We'll probably get to it. You can see it to the far right, all the way as far as you can see to the right. It's a white building with the kind of Gothic topping on it. That's called the Wrigley Building. Wonderfully beautiful at night to pass here. It's so beautiful. I don't want to dismiss all these other modern things. I don't know what all these modern buildings are about, but I do know that it's a totally different community. And because of these people, and so many of them are young with families, they're causing a tremendous change in the city of Chicago. And those areas that were once populated by blacks are the demographic of the schools. They have come in and said, hey, our kids got to go someplace. And they have really come in as a very strong political force And it's changed many of the schools to accommodate them, upgrade them to the point that, and shove the minority people or people of color, really, to another area. Um, is that right? Is it wrong? It's just what it is. When you understand and you know your power of citizenship and you know your rights and you know the curriculum, you know the quality and the standards that you want for your children, you become involved with it. And these power structures, they know what to do and how to do things. And those of us who don't, we suffer as a result of it. So all I can say is don't get mad, get smart. Work smarter, learn what it is you need to do to make life better for yourself and your children. I think that's something to think about, you know. When you start really thinking about your family and the quality of your family, you want your neighborhood to reflect the standards that you have in your home. And I think that's something that is very important nowadays, the need to value family, because our communities and our nation is built on that. And somehow or another, some of us have lost it, or some of us have never been taught to really understand how a nation is built. But there's some who do know. And today we are only strolling out here simply because our boat trip was canceled. It was canceled. It was canceled. And I was a little upset, but now that I'm here, I'm beginning to understand that everything happens for a reason. And nothing is out of order. Wow, baby doll. I can relate to this building. It kind of reminds me of me. Hello, curves and waves. Curves and sways. And it's very reflective of the water that's here. So the uppies that are considered across the river here, all of this is new, where these bushes are. And as we are coming up on here, you see Trump, right? Trump's building. You know, he owns President Trump. Oh, see over here, all of these canoes. Now see, I didn't know where these things came. These canoes. They are putting them up here so you can rent them. And oh gosh, you see that precious, little precious dog. This is so cool. Chicago offers you so much. Now, remember, everywhere you look, they say, please wear your face coverings or face masks. It's very difficult for me to communicate. But I'm going to tell you, everywhere I look, I don't see anybody using their face mask. So I will stay safe distance. Okay. You just take a look and see what's going on around here. Not too far from here, the founder of Chicago is said to be Point du Sable. And let's see if this is where this is. What is this? Oh. Carl. What is Carl? Somebody. Greater Chicago Works. Okay, can't remember this. Oh, 1994. Is this the port where the water is shot off from over that angle? The waterworks. That's why I got to come in. Carl Strong. I like these benches of this wood, remind you of nature. Remind you also of the wooden boats that I think used to dock here. They tell us that it was the boats. Oh God, I can't think of the name of those boats. Schooners. When the Germans came here, they didn't have any, the Christmas was here, but they didn't have Christmas trees. And so it was this family who had, who wanted, they lived here, but they wanted Christmas trees. But during the winter, you were asking me about the waters and why not the summer. In the wintertime, the boats don't go. It's because the waters get really rough here in the wintertime, almost equivalent to being out on the ocean waters. And you get into some areas that is really hazardous. So the story goes that over in Michigan, the woodsmans, they would work, but during the winter they wouldn't do any work because of the weather. But they discovered that the people in Chicago wanted Christmas trees, and he wanted to bring a Christmas tree for his relative. Let me get this straight. For his relative. And so she said, look, I have some others who want some trees, and if you can make this trip, you would, I'm sure you could sell them all. Now let's bring over here just a little bit. So it was difficult finding somebody to really come out because so many people would risk their lives for these trips. It's kind of difficult to look at this water and see how calm it is and compare it to what it's like during the winter time. But he was able to find some brave men who were willing to brave the waters of Lake Michigan to bring some Christmas trees, Tannenbaums, to Chicago. And of course they did hit some storms coming, but they managed to get through. But they were able to sell all of the trees. But let me tell you, coming across the waters, they were tattered, wind beaten. And as they started approaching, they saw a light. And as they got closer, they began to see more lights. And they began to look at the water or the front area as they approached the city. And they started hearing cheers. As they got closer, the cheers increased. And then the men began to hear them shouting because the people were so happy that they were blessed to make the journey across Lake Michigan to bring the Tannenbaums. And people started singing. The men were so moved by this. They immediately sold all of the trees. Usually during this time of the year, they don't make very much money because they're not really working, right? But they braved the winter, cutting down the trees, braved the storm of the winter, brought trees to Chicago. Tannenbaums. Now you look around, you find them growing everywhere. That's a story that's really true, and I need to get more information on that so I can get the names. Because they did several trips like that through the years, but it became more hazardous as the men grew older. And sometimes they lost men bringing trees here to Chicago. But anyway, it's the story how the Tannenbaums came to Chicago, out on here, Lake Michigan. Now we're on this river. Now this river is really cool. Now this river here is one of the miracles. They said it's among the wonders, because this river used to roll right out to the Lake Michigan. But through technology and the working of the engineers, they were able to reverse the flow of the water away from Lake Michigan. Why was that? Was because the city was putting waste and garbage and everything in it and polluting the water. It was creating a lot of diseases. Hello. Anybody know about diseases? Seriously. As a result, when you come through so many places in Chicago, you see that a lot of this land is built up because it was so much infestation and so much illness, and it was the city was beautiful, but it was disease ridden. So they lift up everything above the disease. So down below, it's another world underneath here. You can't see it, but it's there. Wrigley over here, this white building, the Gothic building I'm saying over here. Another interesting story. Wrigley, you know Wrigley gum, the doublemint gum, juicy fruit, spearmint, peppermint. Well, this man came to here and he wanted to try his new invention, gum, chewing gum. He had his people to get a telephone book from every city in the nation. Do you hear what I'm saying? Every telephone book in the nation. He sent a pack of chewing gum to every person in this United States. True story. True story. Free. Of course, when they got it, they wanted more, right? Alternative tobacco. But, oh, get these blooms. We're going all the way from the water. We're going to get this water. Oh, look, you can see Navy Pier from here, the Ferris wheel. That's where we walked from. We did a pretty good walk. In fact, we walked over that bridge. When we get ready to leave here, we're going to have to go across this river to get where we got to go. But back to Wrigley. He sent a pack of gum to everyone whose telephone number and address was in the telephone book. And he built an empire on a 5-cent pack of gum. Yes, he did. Because once the people got to it, they got hooked on it. He made that investment. You know, that's another strategy of marketing. He gave out, and the people actually responded in return. And that's how they became on top. I mean, the #1 gum producers, not in America, only America, but in the world too. I think that is really cool. That's really cool. Well, that's Wrigley Building. It's beautiful at night. Oh, I don't know why. Dear heart. Just strolling along here, the Chicago River. And of course we have all these boats. And this river is fascinating because every St. Patrick's Day, what is this, the island party boat? Interesting. I guess if you want to start a little business, you just come right on out here and get yourself approved and make yourself some money. Oh, social distancing. Oh, the party hut. All of this is part of the party hut. See, this is very new to me. Like I said, I came out to go on a boat, but here me and Papa Peace, we out now passing the island party hut. And the chair, baby, that chair big enough for me and you both to sit in there and have some room to spare. Well, it looks like there's a lot of party people out here because the way they look at it, they've got a fleet of boats out here. So I guess if you want to have a party time, this is the place to be on the river, Chicago River. And it's getting kind of crowded, so I don't want to be around a whole bunch of people. Now I'm going to put on my mask. So now I'll be doing this here, this sandbar. You're walking into the spot. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Thank you. So this is a fleet of party hut boats. You have a fleet of party boats, island party boats. This is a whole new fleet. I've never seen this before. When you get beyond these trees, you're going to see Trump Tower, Trump's place. And then we're going to go up these stairs so we can get back to our route home. Oh, I was talking about Point du Sable. Who's the founder of Chicago? His location is right around this area. He was a furrier. He married one of the Indians, an Indian woman, and they had their family, and they were the very first settlers here in Chicago, right on this river. So this little spot has quite a bit of history here. Fort Dearborn, there's a great massacre there as well. All of these historical markers are here, right where we're walking here, and there's a gathering of family here, and we're going to get through this right quickly so we won't stop them from what they're doing. It's amazing. Oh, we can come up this way. Let's see if we can get up this way. Let's see if we can get up this way. I want to be able to get up and go across, get on some higher grounds. Gets a little noisy here because you're under the main streets like Wacker Drive, but it's a pretty busy area. Like I said, every Chicago, sure, no problem, was built up above the slush and muck because of the potentials for diseases. So they had to raise the city up. Oh, I tell you, I had no idea that I would be doing this today, but I guess that's what happens. We bought our meals, and what we did, we ate more than we were supposed to eat because we couldn't bring any food on the boat. Hello. So, at least I ate mine. Papa Peace didn't eat his, but I didn't know I was going to be walking it off. Isn't it a beautiful view? Look at this. It's beautiful. This lake, this river right here, during the St. Patrick's Day, they drop dye, and this whole river is colored green in honor of St. Patrick. So I'm not really sure what we're going to find up here, but again, we have gone under. We're on the second level, now the third level. Wait a minute, where's the car? I think the car is on this level, down here. But if you look to the left, you'll see Trump, Trump. It was so fascinating and funny when the then mayor, Ron Emanuel, was in. He told him, he said, we don't need no big old name. Nobody else has their name on their building like that. So we don't want that. See, I bought this building, was Trump's response. I put my name wherever I wanted. and he did. Because that was his prerogative, it was his right. And just because no one else didn't do it, didn't mean it couldn't be done. He didn't break a law. And it's just something that nobody thought about. Hello. He said, I'm gonna be the next president. You may not like it, but he comes through with what he says. Trump. How you gonna trump the Trump? Can you trump the Trump? Oh, Jesus. This is so funny. And we gotta cross one of many bridges here that goes across the Chicago River. It's a very humbling sight when all these bridges go up as the buses come. See, over this way, this leads you to Lake Michigan. So Lake Michigan is this way. If you get to the midpoint here, you can see this lake, this river, leading out to Lake Michigan. We are facing the east now. And this is the area where the city starts dropping off. Because not too far as we're traveling north, the east side of Chicago will drop into the river. and then you will have no east side of Chicago. Amazing that Trump, look at here. It almost appears as though Trump is blocking the river. The river's ending, but it's not really ending. It curves around. It's a nice bend there. But now I never really took time to think about it. But just think about it. What a strategic point here. That you can stop here, and here is the Trump building right here, where not only everyone can see, but it stands out right seemingly in the center of the river. Many people don't realize that people of wealth, they want to be by the water. Where the Trump Tower used to be the Sun-Times newspaper, one of the largest newspapers in the country. Trump bought them out, tore down the building. It seems they'll purchase some other land as well, and then built his tower here. Amazing. Amazing. If you want to empower yourself, visit the waters. Look down below, baby, where we were walking. I love the way Chicago honors nature. As you can see, the waves and those benches and the wood. All of this is, to me, honoring nature. You know, boats originally were made out of wood and docking and everything. It just makes you feel close to nature. So from the east and over here is the west, but you can't even see the sun. Trump is blocking the sun. When I used to pass on this bridge, I could look there towards the water to the east, which is Michigan, and I could look to the west and I'd see the sunset. But honey, I guess he sent a message, no sun will set on Trump. Bless his heart. Well, here come a boat of people. Can we get their attention? You think we get the people attention? Hey, y'all, anybody gonna wave at us? Woo, nobody waved, not very nice people, y'all. Hey, social distance. See, in the country, you can tell these people, hey, got your mask. Get your mask, 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 get your mask. Woo! All right, Chicago! Woo! I'm sorry, I didn't follow the script. Oh boy, Mama Joy always breaking the rules. Yeah, so the Wrigley Building, right there, you can't hardly see it. It's really dwarfed by the size of Trump. So here is our ending of our tour here on the river. Look how the sun sets, baby, on here. That building is still under construction, isn't it? It's still under construction. Isn't this lighting amazing? It is amazing. I believe it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. And the architect has to look at this building here that's reflecting. Just between those two buildings, you see that with the concave kind of curvature there in the center. It is mirroring all the other buildings that surround it. Even the Trump Tower, even the Trump Tower is reflecting dimly the building, another building. But that, baby, building further. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 buildings and towers. I love the time Chicago takes in pride. You know, Chicago was the first building to use steel for their skyscrapers. After the Chicago fire, they realized that there was a lot of frames, so they were the first city in the nation to use steel, to frame out their buildings. Wow. It's amazing. And can you just only imagine at one time with nothing but trees? And how did Chicago get its name? Well, it was because it stank and would cause people to sneeze. Achoo, 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 achoo. And so it started Chicago. So eventually it became Chicago. And we say it so properly and so in articulating it. But it really was a street, a city, a place that was very foul smelling with onions. And the Indians, when they came through, would always sneeze. So it's amazing. It said, in the most stinkiest places, here's one of the most beautiful, because somebody had a vision and somebody had a dream. So it's something like, they said, the stone that the builder rejected. A lot of people rejected. Probably Indians, when they were here, were trying to get around here as fast as they could. But Point du Sable, Francois de Sable, who was black, who was a Negro, they say. His mother was white, French, and so he married the Indian woman here. He decided to take this place, make it his business and make it his home. And I saw a picture some years back which reflected like his log cabin out here on the river that we just finished. Very strong, showing the deer and the trees and the wooded area and some of the Indians. But then in back of the mural was a very mystic looking landscaping of Chicago. Now you know that wasn't DuSable's dream. It was home to him. But because he made it his home, because he found something to love and something to prosper in, others came and built upon his courage, his vision. And isn't that what happens with the generation? One comes and they build on what the other has. And the vision grew and got grander. Take a look at this baby here. Now these are apartments. Who would ever think that these are apartments? And these are young people that are coming in. And there are no schools right up in this area. But like I said, they take what it is. They know what they want. They know what they want for their children. And they build on what is already here. But sometimes when they build on what is already here, they forget that there were people that built the very foundation that they are launching off. And they forget that. They forget. Dwight Eisenhower said, when you value your privileges above the principles, you will soon lose them both. And yet, we can see, as scripture says, you get wiser, but you get weaker because you forget where you come from. So today, we had an opportunity to stroll down memory lane, Papa Peace and Mama Joy, the Chicago River. I'm not quite sure what street we're on now, but every place has a history. And history didn't begin with you and me. It began when the voice of the Creator said, "Let there be light." And today that's what we say. In the midst of all that's going on, let us continue laughing, respecting and honor those Not only the ones that are here, but the ones that came before us, so that those who come after us will remember that all that they have, all the privileges that they have, is because those before honor the principles of life and keep the vision going. For the making of heaven on earth. How about that? That's what home is. H-O-M-E, heaven on Mother Earth. Hello. What did that girl say? When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. We got to get across the street. I've had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it grow then. Oh, if you're listening, God, please don't make me think to believe the things that I see. Tell us, should we run away? Should we hide and stay? Or better just to let things be? Come on, people. We're all living here in this brand new world, and it might be a fantasy, but it's taught us to love. So let's get real, and see. We gotta make this world better. So stop looking for somebody to come and build it. It's already in us. Oh, love it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's it. That's it. Now you're going to make me get, hey. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. No more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Baby, this is where we are right here, right? This is great, right here. We came right down the perfect street. This is it. We didn't make it. We just, look at here. We didn't even know where we were walking to. But we got right, folks, we were right back where we started. Unbelievable. 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 Come on. Can you believe that? Somebody with the searching. There is right there.
Oh, the parking here.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Well, hello. I finally got an amen from the peanut gallery. Come on. Oh my God. Oh, how about this? Every step, my God. Wow. Every journey starts with one step. And even before you get the journey, you know what? It starts with a thought. It starts with a thought. What did Ralph Waldo Emerson say? He said, the ancestor of action is a thought. Come on, let's cross here. Come on. The ancestor of action is a thought. Because if you don't think, there's no thought, and thoughts are things. Gives off energies. And it moves us to behave, to move in that way. So we're ending with Ralph Emerson. This place, Chicago, was once a thought. Once a thought. And now it is a mecca. A mega. Hello? Point de Sable, he couldn't think of this. He couldn't even imagine it. Hey, Papa Peace, the same thing with Las Vegas. They say, what? All this sand? A thought, that's all it is, people. Oh. And the truth is that the power is in each and every one of us. God knows we got to learn the tools and build our home, this heaven on earth. Are you up to it? Signing off here at Ohio and Fairbanks here in Chicago. Yeah. Ta-ta. Better watch out. Better not cry, I'm telling you why. Is Santa Claus coming to town? Wait, is this us? I think so. The Tannenbaum. We done went through many things. But anyway, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. And may God keep you. Oh. I'm gonna have to start charging you. I hope this is my car. Oh, I'm over here. Excuse me. I got a new car, people. I still trying to get used to it. Hey, that's my baby. Mama and Daddy coming home. Oh, yeah. Or say, Sophia home, baby.